accept the reality of the world with which we're presenting. It's as simple as that.
Hello, welcome to Beyond the Paradigm. I'm Paul Breckel. Just wanted to address the incident at Clapham Common where the immigrant from Afghanistan, who was a known sex offender, in fact a convicted sex offender, has obviously carried out an acid attack and is now on the run. Obviously, there's a lot of anger over this situation and people are getting angry regarding immigration again, and it's on the news regarding immigration and the boats coming over and we're being flooded with immigrants. But what I wanted to say is this, is that Labour, Conservative, whichever one you vote for, are not going to solve your problem. And the reason for that is they are all controlled by a globalist elite. And it is their agenda to have an open door policy, open borders, to allow immigrants to be flooding into Western nations to destabilise those nations. So whether you think voting Labour is going to sort the situation out or voting Conservative, it's not going to sort it out because all those politicians are compromised. The leaders are not elected but selected. They are controlled by a globalist elite, by bankers, powerful bankers who have the money. And if you control the money, you can control whatever nation you want. And it is their agenda to destabilize the Western nations by controlling them through mass immigration, because it causes fractures in society and factions to rise up. Therefore, we're not a unified people anymore. And there's factions all over. There's the pro-Palestinian marches, there's the pro-Israeli marches, there's the Muslim groups who are speaking out against Christianity and Jews, there's vice versa, it's happening. There's factions all over the UK and there's infighting all over the UK. And the reality is the real enemy is the globalist elite who are causing this division on purpose, who control the governments. There is no democracy, there is no freedom. Your vote doesn't matter at all. And the problem won't be solved by a new government. Indeed, regarding these boats that are coming over, I wonder if you've ever been on the English Channel. Have you ever sailed across it in a ferry or on a cruise ship even? I've been on it numerous times, and I can assure you, they are not coming across in dinghies from France all the way to England. It's not happening. I was just on there last year in June on a cruise ship that held around 5,000 people, and that was getting thrown about. And we're supposed to believe that these people are coming across unaided on dinghies. What's happening is they're being brought most of the way, and then all we see is these dinghies coming ashore, and it's being portrayed that there's thousands of these dinghies coming over week by week, and we're being flooded with these immigrants. Now, there is a lot of immigrants coming over. And people are saying, well, why are they letting criminals in? Well, of course they're going to let criminals in. It is an agenda by the global elite, which is being pushed on all Western nations. The only difference is that maybe those that lean towards the left, like Labour, they may do things a little more quickly, whereas the more right-leaning parties may do it a bit more slowly, but there's no real difference. The agenda is going to be carried out. And people need to stop focusing their attention upon the immigrants themselves and look to the new world order, these globalist elite, and we need to fight back against that. We need to be educated on what's actually going on. And this Rwanda bill that they're going to try and push through, it's utter nonsense. Because like I've just said, if you've ever gone on the English Channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. You're not going the 20 odd miles, whatever it is, from France to England, especially in winter, on a dinghy. But you'd just drown. None of them would get here. So they're pulling the wool over our eyes. I want people to be aware of what's going on. It's a plan. They've got many plans in place. As we know from the World Economic Forum this year, you'll have heard about things like Disease X. One of the things to look out for that's coming is central bank digital currency. Educate yourself on all these things. There are people that are out there doing these marches, well-known figures. And what I would say about some of these people, I'm not going to name names, but some of them are going to be intelligence assets. There'll be Mossad assets, there'll be MI5 assets, there'll be CIA assets among these people in these marches, stirring up hatred, stirring up the people against one another because they're working on behalf of the globalist elite. So just educate yourself on this situation, guys. Like I've said, the leaders of these nations, the Western nations, the US, Canada, Australia, over here in the UK, wherever you are, they're selected, not elected. What I would say in closing is this: question everything.
Am I crazy? We don't use that word in here.